In this video I'm going to show you how to transfer the designs that you've created in Word for your table that's going to store details of all of your class into Access so you can actually create the table. We need to do that so as we've got somewhere where we can import the data or type in the data. So on the screen you will see the table plan that we've created. Something similar to this anyway. Yours might not be exactly the same as this because the field sizes might be different. And remember that we only used field sizes on the text fields. Okay, any of the number fields and the yes, no's and dates, they have no field size. Okay, so to start with then I'm going to ask you to open up Microsoft Access. So I'm going to click the Windows key and just type in Access. Okay, there's my Access app. I'm going to open up the Access app. And this is my Access screen open. So I'm going to show you how to create the database first, so please listen very carefully when I give you these instructions. So I want you to click blank database once. Don't double click it because it'll open up a database and you won't get the choice of what you call it and where you save it. I'm going to give my database a name, so I'm going to call this class database. And I'm going to select where I save it, so I'm going to click this little icon here, okay, the folder icon, and I'm going to navigate to where I'm going to save my file. So I've got a Year 8 folder that I've set up, okay, there's my Year 8 folder in my database folder, and that's where I'm going to save it as class database. Okay, and then I can click the create button. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this half screen and that half screen. Alright, so you can see I've got my plan on this side, I've got my database on this side. So I'm effectively going to copy my plan into Access. So this is what I do. So on the title of the table up here, okay, or using this button here, I want you to take this current table into Design View. So I can either right click, click Design View, or I can click this button here. Okay, it asks me to save my table, so I'm going to call it class list, and I'm going to click OK, and it will take me into this screen. Okay, so here we go. So you can see that we've got headings across the top here, pretty much like we've got in our design. Okay, so you can see we've got field name, there's field name, we've got data type, there's data type, field size is along the bottom here. We do have a format, but we don't use the format column from the design. This is just to give an example, so please don't put formats in here because your database won't work if you do. And then finally we've got the description column. Okay, so let's start making the changes then. I'm going to enter a few and then I'm going to show you how, or I'm going to pause, you can pause the video and you can complete the rest yourself. Okay, so the first one is ID number. Well, you can see we've got this called as ID, so I'm just going to put number on the end of that. And you can see that it's a number, so I'm going to drop the list down and I'm going to select number. There we go. Click on to my next one, first name. Okay, this is a text data type, so I'm going to drop it here. Short text is the one you want. Please don't use long text because there are two different ones. Long text allows you to type in values more than 255 characters. We're not going to use that in our database, it's always short text. And the important thing, down here now you can see the field size is set at 255. And what that means is that regardless of what's typed into this field when we start entering data, if we only have a first name that's 5 characters long, it will put 250 spaces after it to make it up to the 255. So it's a waste of space. So that's why we changed the field sizes, to make sure that we try and save storage space where possible. So my field size in my database, in my table design, is 20. So I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to change it to 20 and go on to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to allow you to fill in all of the text values, so pause the video while you complete those text values, and then resume the video when you get to the brothers and sisters field. So I've typed in all my short text down as far as brothers and sisters, and as I click through these you should be able to see in the field size that I've changed each of these values to the corresponding value that I've got in my design. So first name is 20, okay, surname is 20, ethnicity is 15, eye colour is 10, hair colour is 15, month born is 12, favourite colour is 15, and favourite hobby is 15. I'm going to show you how to put the descriptions in. This is why I've got side-by-side view, so we're trying to always be as efficient as possible when we use an ICT. All I'm going to do is to highlight my description. I'm going to copy it with Control and C, and click in my description, paste it in. Okay, so easy as that. So we're just going to go down and complete those. Okay, you can pause the video whilst you complete those yourself then, as far as favourite hobby. Okay, so let's complete these last ones together then. So I'm going to put brothers, sisters. Okay, I'm going to drop the list then over here. I'm going to change this to a number, and I'm going to copy my description in. Okay, I've got my next one is where you live. So that's a text field, so we've done text before. Where you live. That's a short text field. I'm going to copy my description. I'm going to paste it into my design, and I'm going to change my field size to 15. Okay, and then we've got pet. This is a yes or no value, so drop the list down and select yes stroke no. Okay, again I'm going to copy my description in. And then finally my date of birth field, which I've used 3 letters to identify. This time it's a date. Okay, so I'm going to change this to a date stroke time. And I'm going to copy my description in, and then there's one thing we need to change on the date. So let's copy that. One thing we need to change on the date, and that is the format of the date. So if I click on my date of birth field, you can see I've got a format box here. So there's there are different types of formats of dates that I can have. If I drop the list in on the side here, you can see that I've got these different formats. I'm going to use a medium date. That means it will display my date of birth in this way. If you want to use a long date, that's absolutely fine. Or if you want to use a short date, equally fine. It's up to you which one you choose. So I'm going to use a medium date. Okay, so I'm going to save my table. So I'm going to right click, save. Okay, so what I've done here is on the tab, okay, of the table where it says class list, up here, right click, save. You can always click the save button at the top here as well. Okay, that's saved my table. Right. So the way we use this, if I click the view button again, this one here, and take it into datasheet view, that's how your database will be displayed. I'm going to put this full screen. This is how your database will be displayed, and this is where you can start typing in information. Okay. When you open your database, this is how it opens. You haven't lost the work that you've done in this view. You just click the design view button or right click on the title of the table, design view. It takes you back to this design view. So what I need you to do is to take evidence of each of the fields you've created, and I need you to tell me what you have set each of the data types as, and what you've changed their field sizes to if they have got field sizes. So for the example, this one, I would just take a screenshot, highlight this, explaining that this is the ID number field, which is set as a number data type. Okay, when I come to this one, this is the first name field, which is a short text data type, and I've set the field size to 20. So each one of these needs a screenshot. In an evidence PowerPoint presentation, I would suggest, in an evidence PowerPoint presentation, just to explain what you've done to create this table. And then finally, I'd like a screenshot showing the datasheet view ready for you to start typing. Okay, so that's how we set up our Access database ready to start entering information.